Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Film Frenzy with your hosts, Grant and
Nick.
Just coming after work today. So, Nix, you are super dirty. Sorry we haven't been posting in a while. Hopefully, we get back on it, but times are busy. This episode, we're doing all the Scream movies, and to start out, we're gonna just do go with one. We're going to say where it ranks out of 7 because there's 7 movies. And then we have a couple things afterwards that's like characters and stuff like that. So, without further ado, I guess we'll get into it. Nick's came up with the skits for everything. So, obviously, we're going to start with Scream 1 and rank it. And then Nick's will go through all the skits at the end. So, I guess we'll start out. Where did Scream 1 rank on your list?
It's no surprise to hear Scream Run ranked number 1.
Yep, me too.
It's a classic, re-changed the horror genres in the 90s when the horror genre was starting to decline. Everybody was sick and tired of the traditional slasher, final girl kind of aspect. Scream brought that essence of nostalgia / self-aware to the horror genre. It wasn't just a bunch of kids making stupid decisions that they knew were stupid. These kids knew there's something called horror movies. And that's why the killers are so good at being killers.
And they're real people, which is what I like.
And they play kids. I mean, and it's one of the biggest opening scenes in movies. The Drew Barrymore, we've talked about it a little bit on the podcast before. She's at that point, was one of the only known actors besides Matthew Lillard, who had a few minor roles before.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was majorly
But
known.
Drew Barrymore at this point was well known for her shows, and she was supposed to be the first final girl, and
I liked it because that's the kind of person who you're like, oh, it's Drew Barrymore. She's definitely going to be the person in the whole show because, most expensive person, first one to die. It reminds me, well, obviously, this movie came out after, way after this, but it reminds me of the other guys, where you have Samuel L. Jackson and The Rock, and you're like, oh, 2 big name actors, it's going to be all about them. And then they die in the opening scene, and it's like...
Yeah, and it was, I read that book, I can't think of the title right now. I meant to bring
about the Scream?
Yeah, about the Scream movies, and it's very interesting that... William, who wrote this whole script up, the only reason he even came up with this idea was that the beginning scene is what he experienced in real life, not the whole killer trying to kill him or something, is that there was a window open in the house he was watching, and he didn't know if he had opened the window or not, and called his buddy as he went around and checked everything in the house, and his buddy started screwing with him and saying he was going to kill him, and he could see him doing stuff, and that's where he got this whole idea to write this. And of course they brought on Wes Craven, who is known for his horror movies, and actually at that point wanted to step away from horror because he didn't want to be the horror guy.
And he is the horror guy.
But he decided to take this role on, and I think besides Nightmare on Elm Street, I think this is one of his best director debuts, yeah.
Yeah, so I agree. First one is definitely the best one. And it set pace for tons of movies after that.
Yeah, and we'll talk a little bit with the other ones, but at this point too, there wasn't a lot of and as many people know, spoilers are always out there. This was a movie that no one generally knew what was going on.
Yeah.
As you'll find out later when we talk about the other ones, things happened in the other ones that they had to rewrite a killer, and that's why I think some of them dropped worse than others, because they had to scramble to rewrite a killer, or they had to write multiple scripts to see who was lying, and it was just a lot for them. And the other thing about Scream 1, a lot of improv. I
remember what I want to say.
Go for it.
You were talking about spoilers.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about the first movie, is nobody cares about the movie yet.
Mm-mm.
Because it's the first one. Everyone's just like, oh, it's another new movie. And they just go out and see it. But so they're not snooping around. They're not like,
and
scripts aren't getting released.
And I think another thing that kind of boosted them is a lot of people don't know this, but the original Scream was actually released right around Christmas, which was very rare for horror movies to be released at Christmas because people are going to see holiday stuff, but they took a risk thinking people of the horror genre want to see horror at Christmas, so that's why they released it then, and maybe that helped them, maybe not. I mean,
holidays always help because like the Saw movies.
Yep.
Are all of them that good? No.
Very torture porny essence in the last.
There's a lot of very good Saw movies. I like the Saw movies, but there's a lot of them that I'm just like, this is terrible. But what did they do? They released one every year on Halloween, and everyone was like, "Wow, new horror movie on Halloween. Let's go see it." And it was one that they already knew, so they didn't have to like figure anything out. And releasing on holidays is, I don't want to say it's good, because it's good for viewers.
Yeah.
But I think it also you can get a shittier movie seem good if you release it on a holiday.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, obviously number one is the best, and anybody who disagrees is, well, you need to watch more movies.
Yeah, and as the aspect, a lot of people knew the Drew Barrymore killing at the beginning, but back in the day, this was not a known fact. This was actually Drew Barrymore's idea, that she was actually supposed to get Sydney's spot, but she said, "Ooh, I want to be killed off first," and Wes Craven loved it that much that he did it. And there's also funny bits in that, because as people may have noticed, the janitor in Scream is wearing Freddy Krueger's outfit, and
yeah,
he says,
that's funny.
And he says, "Oh, nothing, Freddy," and it just is like, and a lot of people don't know. I don't know if that's Wes Craven himself or not.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
I didn't know, because I know he's in the second one. He plays like a coroner or something in the second one. But it was just funny to add that little detail as, "Oh, nothing, Freddy," as the janitor.
And I know that this isn't, we're going to talk about these movies later because the new Scary Movie is coming out.
Yeah.
But I always think it's funny that Scream and Scary Movie is the same, company, Dimensions.
Yep.
And so, people were like, "Oh, have you ever seen, the Scary Movies? They follow along the Scream movies so well." Yeah, it's the same company. They don't even need permission to do it.
Yep.
They can just do it, and they do it so well.
Yeah.
Because I love watching the back-to-back, and the scenes are so, spot on, but they just change one thing to make it, goofy.
Yep.
And it's just, that's great. So, number two?
Yes, Scream 2.
Well, first off, my number two, second best.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to the TV show. And we're not going over the TV show.
Okay,
But the first two seasons. The third season sucked.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love the Scream TV show. And I think it did better than most of these, if not all of these other sequels.
Yeah.
Because, number one, they didn't try to rewrite the movies. They just kind of, redid Scream in a way. And kind of gave him a background, and it was one person that became a second person and a third person, and so but you never met the first person. It was just, they did it very well, I think, and their casting was very done well too.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we're not going to go over the TV show. I just thought that was a good mention to put in there because I thought it was better than all the other sequels, honestly. So, I don't know if you have a ranking at an 8 where you would put the TV show.
I would give the TV show number 4 spot. If I had to rank it, I'd have to give it the number 4 spot. Like you said, if it was just the first 2 seasons, it'd probably be ranked number 2. But that third season,
I'm gonna be honest. I watched this. Well, the third season I don't even count in the fact that
I know they recast a lot of people.
Well, no, it's a complete different cast. There's nobody the same.
That's right.
And it works for the movies kind of because there's still Sydney. In the movies, there's still a connection to the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
With the TV show, the third season has nothing to do with the other 2 seasons, so I don't really count it because it doesn't connect at all. It's almost like it's another one. It's like what's his name that films Halloween? Not John Carpenter, the other one.
I can't think of his name.
But it's like his version of Halloween. It's
Rob Zombie.
Yeah, It's like Rob Zombie. Like, it's completely different. It's not that doesn't connect. Yeah, they are really bad. Maybe one day we'll go over those movies, but not right now.
And if you don't know who Rob Zombie is, go look up a few songs and
songs, movies, any of that.
Yeah, go watch A House of a Thousand Corpses, and then you'll know who Rob Zombie
He's
is.
bad. Well, I do have one question before we go on. After seeing all these, is Ghostface still past Jason now?
I don't know. It's a hard decision because I like Jason for the bruteness of him, that he's kind of like Michael Myers, an unstoppable force that just keeps coming back. If I put Scream, the original Scream, next to the first time Jason appears, Scream takes it, clean sweep. But if you do the franchise, I got to give it to Jason because it's still.
I mean, Jason still has terrible movies.
Yes, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, pretty bad.
But yeah, it just, I don't know. The Scream movies are.
Scream is not the same person every time. That's where, but that's also.
But if you compare, like, if you take Jason or Ghostface, which one is your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. I might take Ghostface
because Ghostface has the same personality in all of them,
and that's why I kind of like him because he's the. Like, on the phone, he's all nice, and all of a sudden he's just like, I'm going to gut you.
Well, he also talks. Like,
yeah.
I think the blank, like, even Michael Myers, the blank stares and the...
Yeah.
Like, that just completes a killer of a psychotic to me, which I like.
Yeah.
All right, well, now that we got past the TV show, and because I just want to throw it out there, we're going to do, Scream 2 now.
Scream 2, where do you have it?
I have it as number 2, actually.
I have Scream 2 as number 3.
Scream 2 is... I think it's good. I think that they tried to kind of redo Friday the 13th.
Yes, I would agree.
And you killed my son.
Yep.
And going after
I think we're both on the same page of motives. This one makes sense because one, her son's actually dead.
Yeah.
And two, the only reason I ranked it at 3 besides 2 was because we both recently just rewatched it. If you notice in the reporters at the beginning, she's one of the reporters.
Yeah, she's talking to Gail.
Yeah.
She talks to Gail through the whole movie.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I feel like at one point Sydney sees her, but like, I don't know, she doesn't click it, but other than that, it was a good, because of Scream doing so well, you knew there was
I just liked it because it was a good transition because they brought back Dewey.
College. Yep, Dewey.
She's going to college. It's not like she's just like stuck in the same.
Yep.
Like she went to a different place. They brought back Dewey,
trauma.
Gale.
Yep.
They killed off Randy, which I didn't like that they killed him off, but it was still like, Randy was in it because everyone liked Randy, and
you almost needed that Randy character too because he's the movie geek. So like he's like, we're in the sequel now.
Yeah,
no one's safe. Like
and I also like that they brought, Sydney has a boyfriend.
Yep.
She trusts her boyfriend in like not cheating way, but she always has that fear in the back of the mind of Billy, and I like that whole aspect of like the trauma from beforehand, and it's realistic. It's not like, with Jason, like the survivors, they're like, oh, he's gonna come get me. Well, he doesn't leave Camp Crystal Lake until he goes to Manhattan, which is a stupid movie.
He did leave.
Well, he goes to space and all
number
other
2.
stuff.
I guess number 2 at the beginning he does leave.
Yeah, I guess he does.
He opens with killing her.
Yeah, but that was also his first kill.
Yes. Okay, I'd agree with that.
Like, and the only reason he left is because she killed his mother. Like,
another reason that I rank Scream 2, one less than another one, is because Mickey is the secret second killer, or he is the only killer, and Mrs. Loomis was just telling him who to kill. I'm not really sure fully on that. Like, if she actually was killing
she
people,
wasn't that.
or is he just like soloing this, and she's just saying, "Yeah, that one."
Well,
or
that's
she
the one thing I
him,
don't like because
wild.
even in Friday the 13th, like that person is not taking down half the people they did.
Yeah,
but it still builds a good story.
Yep. I mean, and like I was gonna say, another thing with it is Mickey's only in like 3 scenes, and I'm like,
no, he's in a lot.
He's really not. So I should rephrase it. Sorry. The last scene he's in before the ending of where he's revealed to be the killer is when he's in the background when Sydney's boyfriend dances with sings a song to him.
Yeah,
That's the last time you see him, and all of a sudden it's at the end. He's like, "I'm the killer."
but they also focus on the other people.
Yeah,
rather
not
than
trusting people.
Like the other movies, it's always the friend.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, he was more of a side character, but it was still like he was still in the movie.
Yeah, and I feel like, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but I feel like out of all motives, his was one of the weakest. He just literally wanted to kill people. Like,
no, that wasn't his motive at all.
I thought that was his.
No, so she needed muscle.
Yeah.
And they met on this like psychopath website.
That's right.
And he needed money.
Yep. That's
so she was going to pay for all of his college and all this other stuff, and he was like, "Okay, sounds good." Which I think, in a real world society, that motive isn't unrealistic. Which is, I mean, for these types of movies, that's good. Like, Jace or Mike, you know, I love Michael, but Michael's whole like obsession with Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like that. There's the whole like side where he's her brother, but then there's the other side that's like, because it's split up into 7 different shit. But like,
I'm gonna be honest, Halloween 2018 should have just gone with the whole brother thing, because that would make sense that like he's pure evil and she's pure good.
I actually up until Halloween ends, I really like that.
Yeah.
The trilogy tied with the original.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic, but he still had a realistic motive, and I just felt like number 2 was a strong movie because of it.
Opening scene's very strong in the movie theater. It's one of his most open places to kill somebody.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think in real life the movie theater would have looked like that.
Oh no, but that's their whole thing.
That's like the Stab franchise.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean they do.
And I do like
the movies.
I like that they're self-aware characters, and now there's another franchise that's self-aware about them, and it's like this inner meta stuff, and I think that's funny.
Yeah. So, okay, Scream 3.
Scream 3, I had it number 4.
I also have it number 4.
Okay.
And
it's... I can see why people don't like it. And earlier how I mentioned about spoilers and stuff. This was from reading that book, this was a very big spoiler movie. When they first did this movie, I think Wes Craven told William to write 5 different scripts.
Which is funny because they did that in the actual movie too.
There's a scene where one of the characters gets tricked to go into the movie set and Ghostface kills her, and she says, "Oh my God, has there been a goddamn another rewrite?" That's because that generally happened to the cast like every day because stuff kept getting spoiled, so they had to keep writing stuff.
Not only that, but don't you remember that the people get killed in order, and Dewey goes, "Well, I don't know who gets killed next because there's 5 different scripts."
Yeah.
So that was also
and it was very hard for them to write, and of course, I forget the timeline between number 2 and number 3, but it's a very tight timeline. And William was actually busy writing I think he also wrote Dawson's Creek, or he was on another movie or TV show. So he did not have a lot of time to write number 3, and people were adding stuff to his stuff. And he was like, this isn't what I wanted. And actually, Scream 3, you should know, Roman's the killer. And it's actually funny, the actor has stated he had no idea he was the killer up until the day of him shooting, him telling Sidney he's the killer. He was like, "Oh, okay, I'm the killer." Like, he had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's how secret it was kept. The guy that's the killer didn't even know he was the killer until Wes Craven and William came up to him the day of the shooting and said, "You're the killer."
I personally, it's ranked 4 on my list, but they are the Scream movies. Every horror franchise has horrible films. And so 4 sounds high, but it's better than the other ones.
Yeah.
But I was not a fan of this one. And I didn't like it because they did that thing where, they try to cover it up with Randy. And they're like, everything you know about is wrong, this, that, and the other thing. But the whole, like, oh, your mother came to Hollywood and she was a whore and she got pregnant and I was her son and then I killed her. Billy didn't kill her. And I was like... it was a stretch. It
was a stretch, but then, I understand where you're coming from with that. I mean, it was good because it tied into really that, like, Roman put it in Billy's head to kill Sydney. Because other than that, it's kind of, you didn't really know Billy's motive other than...
But why didn't he try to kill Sydney then?
Like, especially because you find out in number 5 he has a kid. And it's like,
but
why was he so mad about Sydney having sex with him?
Why didn't Roman kill Sydney then?
Yeah, I don't...
He already killed her mother, so like...
That's the
And then he
thing.
waited until...
She happened to come on set, yeah. Just because she got scared.
Well, because...
He called her.
Yeah.
He called her
and it was like...
tried to kill her.
It was like, well, what's the point? Like...
Yeah. It was a stretch, but...
So if...
Like you said, out of the other ones, this is one of the stronger killer reasonings. The other ones get a little...
Well, literally, like, the motive makes sense. Like,
yes.
See, this movie for me is like Halloween 3, where if it was... Or Halloween 2. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
3's Season of the Witch.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Halloween 3.
Okay.
This is my Halloween 3, and the fact that if it was a standalone film, and, like, that was his reasoning, was like, you know, your mom came here, and that was like, that was it.
Okay.
I'd be like, this is a great movie,
Yep.
great motives, great kills, loved it.
I can see that, yeah, definitely.
But with everything we knew from the first two, and then they ran out of ideas, so then they just kind of like, well, let's just rewrite everything we did because why not? I didn't like that. Like, that was stupid to me. So, and we have other things, so we're going to go over, like, killer's motives and stuff, rank that stuff. So, I guess we'll move on to 4.
Number 4? Well, actually, I think you go first this time.
My number 3.
My number 2.
It was good.
It was a good, kind of like Halloween 2018. It's a good new entry to this series. Bringing it back. They stayed in the metaverse of, you know, self-aware, and it was a good... I think that was one of the better twists of the franchise, that the likely good of... Because it was like we talked about with number 7, you know, it's a generation of trying to pass it down to a new group.
Which they're all doing now.
Yeah, and number 4, when it first came out, felt like it was going to be passed down to Jill as the new final girl. And then the big plot twist, Jill's the one killing everybody.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh fuck.
And I liked the fact that, like, you know, they brought it back home.
Yep.
This was one of Sydney's relatives.
Yep.
And, like, you know, it was all, like, back.
Yeah.
It just felt like they brought it back in from the crazy theories from
And they brought
3.
newer stuff like vlogging and stuff. Like, it was for the newer generation.
They were trying to create their own stab.
But it was one of a better plot twist of
Well,
Sydney's still your final girl. Like,
that was one of the other things. It was like, you know, one thing I was like, you know, I get it, but the whole, like, they're trying to make their own stab movie. Like,
yeah, they're trying to make up... She wants to get the fame of being a final girl.
And the guy wants to make his own stab movie, and then they ended up dating in real life.
And then they end up...
Well, not real life, but, like,
in
the movie.
And then she ends up killing him because she wants to make him look like the killer.
Yeah.
And it was... The only part that I was like, God damn, is when Jill, like, beat the shit out of herself. Just, like, throwing
herself on the table and stuff.
Pulling her own hair out. I was like, okay, you're going a little far.
Yeah, so,
like even Sydney didn't get that beat up in the first one.
Again, this is another one for me that was mid.
Yeah.
Like, it's better than the other ones, but I thought 1 and 2 were better. But 5.
I had it at number 5.
Me too.
I mean, it was... I mean, the only thing that puts it higher than the other two is, number 1, the opening scene. She actually survives. That's one of the first in Scream franchise.
I do like 5 because it was a stab movie at first, and you're like, oh, it's like they're showing you, and then it was a stab movie inside of a stab movie.
That's number 4.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure because I think I wrote that on one of their lists.
I thought that was the one with Jenna Ortega.
Nope, number 4.
It was.
Yeah, where they do a double fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kristen Bell stabs her friend in the gut, and then it's like stab 7 or something, whatever they're on.
Yeah. But I don't know, 5 was just like... The only thing that made it higher on the list is because they finally killed off the main character, and I wish it wasn't Dewey, But you know, it was almost like you couldn't take. And then the other thing I actually really liked about 5, which again it was low, but they actually gave Scream or Ghostface a menace to him. Like it wasn't this goofy guy running around. Like it was dark scenes. It was the dirty mask. Like they started
He's older now.
Yeah, they started to bring in
Kirby's back.
The fear of
They definitely did it around more of the Ghostface himself rather than the final girl, because I feel like the first 4 were kind of final girl vibes, and this one was he's the main character now.
Well,
it was
they still had Sydney.
Yeah, she's in 5.
Yeah, and then 6, she's not, and that's where they want to rope. Well, they kind of make it feel like that Jenna Ortega is the new final girl.
Yeah, even though she's not even the. And it was
and her older sister.
Yeah, her older sister is secretly Billy's
daughter,
and she's having flashbacks of her dead dad. Okay.
Yeah, and I did like that flashbacks and the fact that it was actually Billy Loomis, the real actor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we'll just do 5 and 6 together because that's kind of their own standalone films.
Yeah, I would say they're in there. I mean, Sydney's in the first one, but it's more of
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah, and I feel like they were trying to get away from Sydney, and I think it just came up real
And
short.
again, they did it again. It was the boyfriend, and the boyfriend was with another girl. It's the same thing every time.
And then Randy having nephew and nieces that they're into the same thing as Randy is, and
it's by his sister that you meet once in the third one.
Yeah.
And for literally half a second, everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's you!" And I'm like, "Who are you?"
And she's like, Randy gave me this before he died because he knew there'd be another.
He knew he was gonna die.
He knew there's gonna be a third movie, and it was kind of, and that's another thing for number 3. It was kind of they killed him, and they were like, "Man, we really shouldn't have killed the guy that told you what was going on in these movies."
And the fact that there's always been killing around Sydney, and Sydney just so happens to kill everyone else, and they don't ever think it's Sydney. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
But talk about 6. I rank 6 at 7. It was.
Yeah, I mean, the best. I don't remember if it's 6 or 7 that they make some comments about. They're like, "You're not a killer," and she's like, "My dad was," or something. And then she kills him.
Yeah, that was 7.
No, 6.
Or 6. I put it at 7, but
6. That was the only line that I was
The only thing I actually liked about that movie, and I thought it was cool, and I know it's not real, but in the movie it was cool, where they had each one of the Ghostface costumes, and the only one that was missing was Billy's or something, and she had it, or it was some weird stuff like that. But other than that, the movie itself would have been fine, like I said, if it was a standalone film. But all of a sudden, from all the stuff beforehand, it was just a weak movie in the series.
And it's also
And that's probably going to piss people off, because, everybody loves, the newer generation loves Jenna Ortega. They think her stuff's the best. I didn't like that.
It was also so weird of, the whole thing with Billy.
How did Billy have a kid?
How did Billy have a kid? Because in the first one, he's mad about her not having sex with him.
Yeah, and he died.
That's one of the main reasons he says, now you want to have sex with me because all this shit's going on. Now you want to have sex with me.
And when did he find time to do this?
Yeah.
Because he's always with Sydney or killing someone, so...
Yeah, and another thing that I was they were telling you, it's good that her dad was a mass murderer. They don't really go over that whole fact that, by the way, your dad did kill a lot of people. Your dad did try to kill her.
And it seemed like...
And Sydney's, mad at her, but she's also okay.
You're cool. I like you.
It was
I don't know.
It was a long stretch for her to be a final girl.
It was a weak movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it was by itself and it was a different killer, I think it might be a cool movie.
Yeah.
But, and again, we'll go over motives later, but there's literally, if 5 didn't happen...
6 doesn't happen.
Yeah. And obviously my number 6 is 7.
Yep. I mean, other than 2 and 3 and 4, we were... 2 and 4, we were pretty close to each other.
Yeah, those two flipped, but...
Yeah, 7...
Spoilers, guys.
Yeah.
Seven sucks.
7 sucks, but it had its good moments.
No. I take it back. 7 was fantastic until they revealed the killers.
I'm on that same page. It is. If you take away the killer reveal, it is one of the most badass movies of the kills. Ghostface being on the offense, but also on the defense.
Yeah.
Revealing at the end that there's 3 killers, and that the one is just for a sane asylum guy. I mean, the whole scene of Sydney and her husband beating the fuck out of this guy while fighting through their house was amazing.
Yeah, and it was just like, my other thing was 7. The only way 7 can be good is if they produce a good 8. Because there's rumors that, again, spoilers, with Matthew Lillard being the AI, there's a lot of videos going around that the first video had different scarring than all the other ones, and the other ones didn't have scars. So there's rumors that he is alive, and that, that I would be like, 7 still sucks.
Yeah.
But at least, that's like a 2 film build up to the fact that Stu is still alive.
And it would be very interesting if they do number 8 and the movie starts at the end of number 7, I'll think Stu's alive. If it's like someone in the crowd's watching this report and he walks away, or she gets a call and he's like, "I'm back."
Up until the credits rolled, I expected Matthew Lillard to come out and stab somebody, and then the movie just end.
Yeah.
And even if it was just like a ghost face, like you don't know it's Matthew Lillard, and the movie ends, I'd be like,
or if he killed someone, did the knife slide, and you would have been like,
and then
holy shit,
the knife slide movie ends.
And you're like, that's him.
Like, even if that happened and then he wasn't in the next one, just the fact that Matthew Lillard was in that movie and he just killed them at the end, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I mean the biggest part that I think a lot of people have problems with it is Matthew that's the another thing with the whole thing is everybody said about that. If they hadn't done all the other killers of being AI, of them all older, and it would have been just Matthew Lillard, I would have been like, oh yeah, he's alive, because he's the only one that looks older. So how do they know how he would look older?
Yeah, I just the killers that they picked was kind of
yeah, her motive was kind of weak.
Well, they picked all the killers to do that AI stuff, and then Dewey, and I was like,
and Dewey's like, it's like, why?
Yeah, and how do they know what
Dewey would look like older? Or
well, it's AI, but how do they know what Dewey looks like in general?
Well, they could have got it, but how do they know what?
But you got to remember, that was in the 80s.
Yeah, how do they know what Skeet looks like, or Billy and Billy's mom? It's a lot. It's a lot further drawn.
And like Nicholas said, there's the script had to be changed because it was released, and there was supposed to be 2 other killers, but I felt like they could have picked better.
And I mean, even from the first movie, Stu is never confirmed dead. And
my big thing
that is a big plot hole, because a lot of people don't know, and I might have talked about this earlier on the podcast of a few episodes ago, but the original script for number 2 was Billy was alive.
Stu.
Oh my God. Stu was alive, and he recruited high schoolers to kill Sydney. But
you know what would be awesome?
Columbine happened at that point, so they were kind of like, let's not do the whole kill our kids kind of thing.
Well, you know what would be awesome? If 8 came out and Stu is the killer. Mm-hmm. But Stu says that he trained every other killer before that.
That would be...
And
testing them.
To all get to Sydney. And he was like, but now I'm getting older and it's my time, you're going down. Or something like that. But, even if Matthew Lillard comes back, will Sydney come back? Will Gail come?
And I mean, and that's the part that I think was disappointing, that it wasn't Matthew Lillard, is because it wasn't truly him. It's the interaction between him and Sydney and him and Gail was just... It was Stu. When he's like, I heard you got canceled. And she's like, I didn't get canceled. And he's like, okay.
And the other thing is, Stu... Nobody knows that Stu had a crush on Sydney.
Yeah.
Except for Sydney.
Yeah.
But he says it again in the 7th one. How would they know that Stu had a crush on Sydney?
Yeah, well,
because he said that right before he died.
I always had a thing for you, Sid.
Yeah, like, so, all right. Well, we're about 30 minutes in. We covered all the films.
Yeah.
Let's go through these things. I guess we'll start with top 10 deaths, and these are just deaths. Like, I think I have 2 sad ones, and the rest were just like cool scenes. That's what I did. I don't know what you did, but I don't have any honorable mentions. So
I have one.
Okay.
Steven Stone, which was Patrick Warburton in Scream 3. When he gets attacked in the trailer, and then they all run outside, and he's like walking, but has like 50 stabs in him, and then he just drops. I'm like, hey, that's a tough motherfucker. He just walked.
Yeah.
It's like Scream just tried to beat the hell. Like, he stabbed him repeatedly, and the guy still like got enough to walk out.
And then walk into the house.
And then die.
And try to blame Dewey. Yeah. Alright, well, my number 10, I have Steve. He's the boyfriend in one who
the first kill.
Yeah. And I only have that, like you said, it's the first kill.
It's an iconic kill. She got the question wrong.
Yeah. And it is like the first kill in the entire franchise. Well, technically Cindy's mom was, if you want to count 3, but on screen wise it is the first kill, and it's the first kill from Billy or Stu. I don't know which one.
I forget. There's a summary that tells you who killed who.
But who's your 10?
Number 10, I had Charlie Walker or Roy Culkin in Scream 4. I thought, like we talked about, kind of, it was a twist that he was the second killer, but then Jill kills him, and it was like, oh, okay, like, it was pretty much, the reason I put it as number 10 is because it felt like it was Stu and Billy if Billy had just decided to kill Stu.
Well, it wasn't even just that.
Like he's like, hey, just stab me, and she just, just goes crazy on him.
They overdo that in all the movies, because I'm pretty sure Billy Loomis's mom killed her partner.
No. Sydney kills him.
Well, whenever he comes back.
Oh, yeah.
But I think she did the first.
Yeah, she might have.
And then once he got, because they always come back. Yeah. That's when they fucking... which they have a tendency to do. But, yeah, that one, like, I just felt like it was overplayed. That the first killer always tries to either hurt or kill the other one. And
it was only Bill and Stu that actually just hurt each other because they just wanted to look like they survived.
Well, I'm not even sure if that's true.
Because
Stu, I'm feeling a little woozy here. Like, I truly think that Billy was like, if he dies, he dies. I don't really care. My number 9 is Cece. Throwing out the roof or window or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like one of those things, because that was played by Daphne, wasn't it? In the second one, that's a sorority house.
It might have been CC. It might have been played by
Because that one reminded me of another Drew Barrymore.
It might have been.
I'm pretty sure that's who it was.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
But that was another one of those Drew Barrymores where like she may not survive, but she's gonna survive for a while. Throwing out the window.
Yeah. It kind of chased up the sorority kind of house and
yeah.
I had Tom Prison what's the actor's name? Or no, it's not. It's the character name, and it's played by Matt Kisler in Scream 3, and that's the one where he gets blown the hell up in the house.
That's my number 7.
He reads the script and he's like, and it goes boom.
Yeah, and he's got the match in his hand.
Yeah,
he's like, oh no.
It's really a dumb death, but at the same time, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, like no other ghost face has blown up anybody.
Yeah, he blew up that.
So yeah, I have that as my 7. My number 8 was Maureen. That was the girl that died in the movie theater. I just thought it was the fact that everybody's screaming, nobody knows, and then all of a sudden she's up in front of the screen, and people are like, "Whoa, that girl's dead."
I actually had that one as my top 3 because it was so dramatic and.
And honestly, that's another one. Scary movie, did it perfectly. Yeah. Like,
sit down.
And then the old lady stabs, and then
For my number 8, I had...
Do number 8 and 7, because my 7 was Tom.
Okay. For my number 8, I had Olivia Morris, Muriel Jeffy, from Scream 4, and that is the one where she gets killed across the street in her room, while Jill and I think Kirby watch.
I have that as my number 4.
Yeah, it's such a fucked up kill. Like,
well, honestly, like, yeah, I was gonna say the kill itself isn't bad, but whenever the police go into the room and you like see the aftermath, it's like holy shit.
Like he did damage to her, and he smashes her head out the window. And Scream 7 or number 7, I had Scream 7. Lucas Bowman, the next door neighbor's son. I mean, the keg through his back of his neck, and then beer/blood comes squirting out of his mouth. Pretty fucking brutal kill.
Yeah,
especially because we don't know if his mom helped. I don't know if it's never really confirmed.
She didn't seem like she cared if
she didn't care because she said, "What about your son?" And she went, "He was like his father anyways." So I don't know if that means she killed him, because was she the one holding the kids at the bar while Tatum was chased around by him? Like, if that's the case,
and I'm really hoping that Stu was his dad. That's another theory going around.
That's why his dad was psychotic.
Yeah. So my number 6 was Jill. Putting the clear pads to her head, going clear, and
that was my number 2.
It's a great kill.
It's a great kill.
Like,
and it was the fact that Sydney or Courtney Cox goes clear, and Jill goes, "What the fuck you mean?" And then Sydney comes up, she's clear. And it's just like, oh.
I liked it because it was one of the first killers that they didn't just shoot in the head.
Yep.
It had a different death for the killer.
I think that's why I kind of put her up higher. Number 6, I had Tatum. Played by Rosie.
I had that as my number 3.
Yeah, I mean, it's an iconic kill through the doggy door, like...
And scary movie.
Scary movie does fantastic.
Where the fat girl gets stuck in the garage door and then it drops, like... That's a good kill. That's my number 3, and my number 4 was Olivia. So,
my number 5. I'll do my 5 and 4.
Oh, I forgot about my 5.
Good.
My 5 was Randy, just in the fact that it was all over the van, and it was such a love character, and he got brutally murdered. So,
my 5 and 4 was Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. Those were 5 and 4. Stu was number 4, and Billy was number 5.
I didn't put Stu on here because I'm not convinced he didn't. Dead,
I'm putting that on there just because it was the 2 that started it. They deserve to be on the list for deaths. I don't think Stu's dead, but as of right now, from the last words from Scream 7,
he is.
Stu is dead.
Yeah.
And it was such an iconic... I mean, probably that TV from back in the day probably would have killed you.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Billy Loomis getting shot in the head, and then Randy... Or being shot multiple times by Sydney, and then... Randy goes, "They always come back," and then he pops up and she shoots him right in the head.
And that's every movie after that.
And it's just, it's the iconic first killer dead. I think we have both our. I don't know if you did your number 2.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
My number 2 was Casey Becker, and the fact that it's such an iconic.
That was my number 1. It's the iconic kill. I mean, it's started it all.
Yeah, and. Even, I mean, again, I keep bringing these movies up, but it's just because they pair along so perfectly. And that girl gets stabbed and her breast implants come out. Like, it's just, it's so iconic. And I don't know, maybe the people think that Scary Movie's iconic for it.
Yeah.
But Scary Movie's nothing without Scream.
No, I mean, Scream does a great, Scream
pretty much wrote Scary Movie.
And Scream started such a franchise of self-aware characters, and it had such a huge impact on the horror genre, because like we said, movies like Jason X, Jason Goes to Hell, Michael 6, 7, H2O, like Freddy, Dream Warriors was like, it was a bad year for horror movies because they had this theme, they had this idea, and they just were pumping them out.
Yeah,
big bad slashers, pumping them out, and Scream was like, let me flip the genre here, and it worked. I mean, 7 movies later.
My number 1, just because it was sad, was Dewey.
Dewey. I don't talk about that death. That death really pissed me off because when Amber said, I'm the one that killed Dewey. I was like, oh, I'll backhand
Oh,
you.
you're stupid.
Like,
Yeah.
you really think, like, she's the one that took him out? And what's even more messed up about that is she's the one that says in the, like, the new group of movies, I forget, it's not the prequel, it's like the, besides the sequel, it's like a further down the franchise. She goes, nobody's safe. And I'm like, oh, that bitch. Like, oh, you said it because you knew you were going to kill him. Like,
Yeah.
you wanted to kill him.
We can just run through their top killers. I assume they're pretty damn close.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty close.
My number one is Stu.
Number one was Billy.
My number two was Billy.
I mean, the reason I put Billy above Stu, Billy's mastermind. But Stu, I think, could have been the mastermind. Or
well, I put Stu because Stu is more realistic to me. Because
like
Billy had a motive. Stu,
Mom and Dad are gonna be so mad.
yeah, but Stu
It's
is just psychotic.
Yeah,
he doesn't have a motive. He was just like, yeah, this would be fun. Let's do it.
Billy's like, hey, you want to help me? Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
sign me up.
So I thought Stu had that actual like killer mentality, and he also was like, and he was also so two-faced. Like Billy, you're like, okay, this dude's
and it's
got some issues. He might be the killer, but Stu, you're like, he's just a comedic relief. Like
and it's also funny because I probably talked about this last time we talked about it too. Another thing, but there's a scene when they're all at the water fountain, which is actually the first scene they like did together. Billy said, or someone says a comment, and Stu goes, "I didn't kill her," and Billy goes, "Yeah, I know. We know you didn't kill her, bud." And like, gives him evil, like, "Shut the fuck up! You're talking about it."
Stu just like,
and it's also another scene that if you look at their feet.
They're
Billy
wearing the same shoes.
And Stu are the only one wearing boots.
And it's also like for the first 5 movies, it's whoever's wearing plaid or something. Like I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Or I have
I just did.
That's fine. My honorable mention, I'll give it to Mrs. Loomis because she actually had.
Well, I figured we'd do a lot of that with motives. This is just my honorable mention was Roman. And I only said Roman because he was the only single killer, and he took them all out by himself. Like, he has the most kills.
He took a lot of big guys out there.
And he took. I saw a kill count. Everyone else is around like 2 to 3.
Yeah,
he has 9.
Yeah, he's. I know he was way higher on the list.
But again, he was the only killer. So
yeah.
But yeah,
still very impressive.
So I have Roman. Yeah. So motives. I ranked every killer. I know Nick's was. Kind of just.
I picked my favorite ones.
What are you at? 9, 8?
Well. Yeah, I'll do it 8.
Okay, well, I'll just read my list until I get to 8.
Yeah.
My 15, Carl. He was the dude who gets hit by the car in 7. And
he
literally no motive. It was
just psychotic.
I'm pretty sure the guy from the insane asylum was like, I can get you out of here. And he's like, all right, sounds good.
Well, he was double murder or something.
Yeah, but
he was a murderer.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
he told him, "I can get you out if you kill this person." And he was like, "Okay."
And he was like, "All right, sounds good." And he comes out. He's the first killer in the movie, but he dies.
He's one of the strongest. He almost gave Sydney and her husband a run for his money.
And he was beaten through the walls.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been a stronger killer than the actual killers.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that was Stu, and then Stu left when they were behind the wall.
14 was Marco. He was the guy who got him out of the insane. Well, I'm saying for them. It was the guy from 7. He's the guy who got Carl out of the insane asylum. He was like one of the people.
I can't believe Rusty would do that.
Yeah, it's awful.
If people don't know from Scream 7, he plays Rusty in Vegas Vacation, which is funny, but you can tell when you look at him.
And 13 was Jessica from 7. Yeah. Literally, 7 had the worst motives I've ever seen in my life, but it's again, the script got released and they just didn't know
7, her motives literally, Sydney read a book. I listened to it, killed my husband. Which, that's why people are like, oh, is it Stu? Like, did she think she killed her husband? And then she got mad at Sydney because Sydney didn't come to New York when she killed her husband. So they decided to kill Sydney to restart her life like Sydney's book told her to. It was like a really weird... And she goes on for way too long to explain why. And the same song guy's like, yeah, I'm just here.
Yeah, so... Again, 7 had the worst motives, and none of it made sense. 12 was Jason.
Yeah.
because Jason wanted to.
He got killed.
Well, Jason wanted to finish the movie for Richie.
Yeah,
it was something
and he
stupid
got
like
killed. Ended up
that.
getting killed.
Well, he got killed by another Ghostface.
Yeah.
So that was cool. You're not gonna like this one. 11's Roman. Like I said, Roman has a good motive if his story made sense.
Yeah.
But to me, the story didn't make sense, which made the motive kind of bullshit.
He's number 3 for me. It's like I said, if we're just doing just motives, it's a good motive, but
the story behind it ruined his motive for me.
Yeah, I mean the motive makes sense, but like you said, if he was that much driven to kill Sydney, you would have thought he would have showed up in number 2.
Considering he killed her mom already.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just go inside? Like.
Yeah.
My number 10 was Amber.
I had Amber at number 8.
Girl got lit on fire. Well, I'm almost there, and then you can read yours. Because I'm just kind of blowing through these, giving a brief explanation, because I thought they were bad. Amber's motive was, I don't even remember, but it was
I think it's like Sydney or Stu, just like psychotic.
No, hers was like something stupid.
There's something with her boyfriend. I can't remember.
They wanted to like remake the movies,
but they wanted to be the killers.
Because they felt that the horror franchise ran out of ideas, so they wanted to give them a new idea.
Yes.
And that's why Richie was 9. Their motives were stupid to me. And then now we can go back and forth. My number 8 was the Baileys, which are the 3 from 6, and I felt like their motive was better than the rest of the ones below it, and the fact that they want to kill Sydney because the one guy, the 2 people's sibling and the guy's son was Richie.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have put them higher. I have 8 and 7 as Richie and Amber. And
that's where you start.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Charlie.
Yeah, my number 6 is Charlie.
And I just felt like Charlie was like, I don't know, with the whole like, I want to make the film. It was like, I guess, but like, what are you supposed to, like, how, I understand you want to make the film, but what are you going to do? Release it on an alias that you hope nobody tracks back to you? Like, none of that makes sense to me.
I would knock down Charlie, because I forgot about somebody. Now I'm looking at my list. I would bump Charlie down to 7.
Who's your number, what the hell? I didn't write number 6. I just went 5, 7. So that explains why I had an empty slot.
My number 6 would be Mickey.
Technically, he's my number 5 because I didn't write 6. So
yeah, Mickey. He, like you said, the motive. He's struggling student, and
he's psychotic.
Yeah,
like
he's psychotic. Yeah,
simple as that. He's a killer.
Yeah.
So that was my number 5.
My number 5 was Jill. I mean,
my number 4.
Yeah, I mean, her motive's good. She wants to be the final girl and sick and tired of her relative taking all the spotlight.
Yeah. And I just thought that was a cool twist
Yep.
of why somebody wanted to kill.
Number 4 for me, I'm going to switch number 3, number 4. My number 3 was Roman, but I'm going to put Roman in number 4 spot because my number 3 would have been then Stu. Stu's is just psychotic. I mean, his buddy said, let's do this, and he said, all right. And I mean, out of motives, that's like he doesn't have a motive, but I'm like, he's the only one that is just psychotic. Like, everybody else had this specific reason for wanting to kill Sydney or kill somebody.
And that's why
he's just like, yeah.
Stu is my number 1.
Yeah,
and I see that as when people interview serial killers and stuff in real life, they're like, why'd you do it? He's like, I wanted to.
Yeah, it's either that or my mom.
That is the psychotic side of it is the best motive that I think.
And I think Stu's motive was, could he get away with it? Like that. I think that's Stu's motive. At the end of the day, is could Billy get away with it?
Can I kill people and be fine?
Yeah.
Number 3. Did you say your number 3?
Yeah, was Stu. Yeah.
My number 3 is Billy.
I had Billy number 2.
And I just felt like, I don't know, there was multiple reasons why Billy said he was killing.
Yeah, some of them after number 6.
It was
or
like,
number 5 falls short.
And then they just keep like saying reasons why Billy was trying to kill her, and it was like, the original, you're not having sex with me, and your mother broke up with her family because she slept with my dad and all this other stuff. Like, that was all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it drives somebody to kill somebody, but Billy's also psychotic. It's not like Billy's rationally thinking either.
And, well, then...
Number 2.
Mrs. Loomis.
Yeah.
I mean, besides, like you said, Stu and Billy, she was the only one that really has that strong motive of like, oh, you killed my son, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And, oh, my son was a Ghostface, Ghostface is back. I mean, there's nothing... It's a great motive, I mean...
Best plot twists, I only have 3. Nyx has 10 again. So
I have 11, I have an honorable mention.
Okay. I'll let you run through and then we'll do top 3. And if any of mine come up, I'll say it whenever you say
Honorable mention, I had Dewey dying. I did not think Dewey was going to die. I thought he had plot armor. I honestly thought Courtney Cox was going to die before him.
I thought he'd die. I didn't expect him to die in that stupid fashion.
And it's one of those things where... And that's another reason I have problems with number 2, number 3, and number 4. Is Dewey survives by the dumbest fucking ways possible. Like, he gets
stabbed to death in every movie,
like,
let's be honest.
He gets stabbed in the back in Scream 2. Okay, you might have been able to survive that.
And he goes, I got a limp.
I don't know how you're not just walking away with a limp. I don't know how that's possible. But, I mean... Gets a knife thrown at him and somehow hits the butt of it and knocks the man out. I mean, what's the guy got? Like 2 brain cells left?
I will be honest, it was a plot twist in the fact that I thought he'd survive because he survives every stabbing.
Yeah.
And honestly, it kind of ruined his death.
Yeah. So that's why it was an honorable mention. Because when he died, I was like, he'll pull him out. And then all of a sudden they cut and there's like, he's dead.
Yeah, he's going.
Okay. And that's the other thing. He dies in number 5 and they don't give really anybody time to grieve on it. It's like, yeah, number 6, like, yeah, dude's dead. All right, keep going.
Yeah.
And then number 7, they're like...
Yeah. Like
Gail's like, man,
and they even brought him back as AI,
yeah,
and like
Gail's like, I don't think about Dewey every day. I'm like, oh, so we're actually grieving now. Cool. We took a few years to grieve, but we're here.
It took 2 movies to grieve.
Number 10, I had Billy Loomis had a daughter.
Yeah, I have that as my number 3.
I mean, that's like a what? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, I had that Roman is Sydney's stepbrother. I mean, that's a pretty big twist. Like, I didn't know why he was. I didn't know originally how Scream 3 was gonna be connected to. Number 8, I had Amber's Ghostface reveal, because it's once you watch the movie back, you can kind of see she's a little psychotic, but like the fact that she just turns her gun and point blank shoots her friend, you're like, oh, okay, you're the killer. That was a shocker. It was kind of one, but not really. Is Jill turning on Charlie? I mean, it's a plot twist, but at the same time,
it's been done before.
It was done before, but not to the extent of actually killing the person and saying like "fuck you," like I didn't like you anyways, and even though you were dating, it was.
Well, no, she didn't say that. She was like, "I loved you, but you know, you can't be alive for me to be a final girl."
Number 6, I had Randy's killed because I didn't think he was gonna get killed. I mean, he's
Randy.
Yeah, he's Randy, and even
he's the smart guy.
Even Wes Craven and William were like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have killed Randy. Like, kind of needed Randy. Number 5, I had Bill and Stu are the killers.
I have this in my number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's
now it's not.
Yeah.
When it first came out.
Yeah, when it first came out, you're like, holy shit, like...
And obviously we weren't alive when it came out, but even the first time we see it...
And it's the fact that Billy... you think is dead because he falls down the stairs, and then Stu's playing it's Randy, and Randy's saying it's Stu, and then Stu knocks Randy out or something, and then he pulls the voice changer out and he says surprise.
He stabbed Randy.
Yeah, he says surprise, Sydney. And that was a big plot twist of Stu's the killer, and then Billy stands up from the back and you're like, holy crap, they're the killers. They killed their own friends. Mm-hmm. Stu killed his own girlfriend. Well, Stu didn't kill his girlfriend. Billy killed her because Stu was at the party. Number 4, I actually had the meta opening scene in Scream 4. The double fake out of stab 1 and then going into stab 6 and then revealing, okay, we're actually in the movie now.
Yeah.
Like, it was a very big, I was like, what is happening? And it was very iconic because they always get well-known actors to play the stab characters, and it's funny. All right, now we're on top 3.
You already said 3 and 2, so
You're what? You're 3 and 2.
yeah, I only have number 1 yet.
Number 3, I had that Jill's the Ghostface. I mean, it was a very big plot twist. I thought they were like we talked about, like she was gonna get handed down the mantle. Sydney was gonna either die going out heroically or something. It's like nope. Jill wanted this. Jill wanted to be the final girl, but wanted to do it her way to make sure she was the final girl, and it was very messed up. Number 2, like I kind of mentioned earlier, Tara survives the opening scene. It was a very big shocker because most times when the first girl shows up, you're like, she's dead. And she survived, and it was a very big change to the franchise for number 5, which didn't really help it in many ways, but it was a change. And number 1, I feel like we just have the same thing.
Probably not.
Really? What's your number 1?
I have Jason being killed by another Ghostface.
Oh.
Because, you're like, oh, this is cool. Like, they're showing the Ghostface killer first.
Yeah.
And then he gets killed by another Ghostface. And you're like, oh, I didn't expect that at all. Like, for a Ghostface to get killed by a Ghostface has not happened anywhere else in the franchise.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping it happened in 7, but it didn't.
I had Casey Becker's death.
I didn't have that just because,
I know, it's... You know it is, like...
Yeah.
But it was a very big shocker for the whole movie.
Because at that time, from Halloween, Friday the 13th, that first person, they always... Even, like, if you watch, like, Criminal Minds, they always show a murder first and then everything afterwards.
Yeah.
Of, like, okay, well, here's what's going on. There's a killer. This person's dead. And, like, the boyfriend wasn't a strong enough kill for it to be continued.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think that's it, everybody. I mean, this is our, like always, this is our opinion on this stuff. And
it could differ for you guys.
And like, Grant and I are very similar on most of our categories. There's a little bit of differences. I mean, the only thing that we can really agree on is that, let me change it up. Where does Scream franchise rank in your franchise?
My horror franchises.
Yeah.
It's not that high, honestly.
I would agree.
I'd say it's...
It better be higher than Leprechaun.
Oh, yeah. But I'd say it's probably like 5.
That's not bad. Top 5.
And the fact that I think that there's 3 untouchables because...
Let me guess. Michael, Jason, Freddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are the top, like, they are the horrors.
Yep.
And then I gotta give it to Saw. I like the Saw movies. Yeah. And I like because you always think you know the killer's John Kramer. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's somebody new, and then there's a bunch of twists in it.
It kind of reminds me of Scream in the aspect of, like, there was someone else before this person, and they were like...
And there's no final girl.
Yeah.
Like, it's just people die.
Yeah.
And if you survive, you're done with the movie. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So, I'd say after that, probably Scream. I can't think of another franchise. I mean, it's better than Hellraiser. It's better than Leprechaun. It's better than Alien. It's... Yeah. But for slasher-wise... Yeah. I mean, I think it's better than Pennywise.
Even better than Paranormal.
I don't classify that as a slasher. Those aren't slashers.
I wouldn't, yeah.
So, I mean, horror movie-wise, it's like
Conjuring
20 maybe. Like, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, that's just where I fall with it. But, I mean, like I said, I still like them. They're a nice pace change sometimes because it's got the goofy side, but also the more realistic side because obviously it's not realistic. Like Freddy, Jason, Michael, none of them are realistic.
Yeah.
So like this is more realistic to me, which is if that's what you want, then like sometimes I'm in a mood where I want more realistic, and at that time Scream's better than the rest of them.
Yeah. I mean the only other thing that I want to say is I gotta give props to Roger Jackson. I mean, the voice of Scream, like his voice is so iconic,
and he does the Scream TV show too. Like
he's so, and a lot of people don't know this, which you probably do, but he was on every movie set, but he stayed away from the cast, so no one knew who he was. And he would actually be on like a different set. Like when Casey in the beginning scene, when she dies, she's talking to Roger, but he is watching her from a different set, saying, "I can see what you're doing." And even Drew Barrymore said it was very freaky that this guy's watching me do everything as he's talking to me. Like she's like, I was actually in the horror movie, like.
And I gotta give props to those people who, like, you have Michael, you have Jason, and then you're like, okay, like they're actors, but they don't talk. Like,
yeah, you gotta give it to like Robert Englund.
But I gotta give, even Robert Englund, like you see him, like
yeah,
it's his face.
Yeah,
but Ghostface and even Chucky, like,
yeah, it's
Chucky is the voice. Yeah, and he does it for the TV show and all the movies, and like those people deserve more props than they get because they're not face.
Yeah,
of it.
It's like Ghostface made his lines iconic, but their lines made Ghostface iconic.
Yeah.
The "I'm gonna gut you like a fucking fish" is
and
very
like the
iconic.
Joking around and what's your favorite scary movie? I mean,
yep, we have yep.
There's a neon light right there with it. Like, it's just iconic.
Yeah,
but I think we're gonna end it there. Otherwise, we can talk about this the rest of the night.
And we'd probably go on to some other topic. And
yeah, because Nicholas and I like to ramble on, and next thing you know, we're talking about top 3 toilet flushing videos or something.
There's a few out there.
Yeah. But next week next episode we have Misery.
Yes.
Yep. And I forget what skit I picked for that, but
I'm not sure.
We have another fun skit. Like I said, we're not doing Agree to Disagree anymore, so I'm gonna keep doing these skits.
Yep.
And they think we have a few more movies planned, but I know that whenever Scary Movie comes out, we're gonna go through the scary movies.
We know it's getting a lot of hate recent here about canceling it, but
there's no way they will. Like,
no, they're bad.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that one. It looks great, and I'm happy they brought back Ghostface, and because it's also cool that they released it the same year Scream 7 came out. Like that's just cool to me. So we got that one coming up, and a few other movies. But next week is Misery. And I still don't remember what that skit is, but it's going to be another fun. I think that's good or bad episodes. So, which we'll talk about then.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Next week. Sorry, guys. I just remembered. Next week is our 10th week. So it's our 10th episode, and we are going to be ranking all 10 of our main movies that we've done so far.
Yes, that's right.
1 to 10.
Yep.
We're going to rank, Kato Lake.
Yep.
Salem's Lot, all the ones we did so far. Juror number 2. Yeah. And we're going to do, I guess we're going to put Stranger Things on there, but it's going to be like overall.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we'll just put Stranger Things. We'll both agree to put Stranger Things as an honorable mention because it's a TV show. It's hard to compare that to a movie.
That is true. It's hard to compare.
So maybe we'll just agree to do 9 and honorable mention Stranger Things.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's it, and we'll see you guys later. Nix, you want to sign us off?
Like always, stay curious, keep watching films,
and keep listening to us. All right, I'll see you guys.
See ya.